Okay, so this morning we're going to read a story about a car. But it's far more than a car. It was this little girl's favorite place. She even named her car. The car is called Bob. And this is the letter she wrote to Bob. A Letter for Bob by Kim Rogers. Kim Rogers is the author. She writes the words. Illustrated by Jonathan Nelson. The illustrator draws the pictures. So today, you are an illustrator. And you are going to draw your car while we read the story. Dear Bob, Mom and Dad told me about the day they bought you at the dealership when I was a baby. Everyone was so excited and giggled in my car seat. They said that your paint sparkled in the sun. When you draw your car, what color is it? What's your favorite color? Can you make your car your favorite color? Does it also sparkle in the sun?
Black.
Your seats felt feather soft, and you had that new car smell. What does your car smell like? French fries, gummy worms. Can you put some gummy worms in your car so we can get that smell? That new car smell made Mom and Dad act like us kids on Christmas morning. Every car deserves a name, so when I could talk, I called you Bob. Bob stuck with the rest of the family, too. It fit. Strong.
I made some.
Trustworthy.
I made some.
Wow, I see. There's the car smell. There's that beautiful car color. And now maybe we could add the sun in there so we can see how it sparkles. What color is the sun, and where would you put it? We've made so many memories with you. At the Wichita annual dance, putting on regalia. You were near when I danced my very first tiny tots. Think about all the memories you've had in your car. Did you go anywhere this summer?
Yep.
We went to the beach in our car, and guess what we brought back? Sand. So much sand. I'm going to put sand in my car because I could not get it out from my beach trip. Where did you go for the summer? And can you put that memory inside your car? And a few years later, when I ate too much fried bread at the Indian Hills powwow, and you didn't seem to mind. Sorry about that. And the other stuff we spilled or splashed or dropped. Yeah, sorry about that too. What's something you eat or drink in your car that you spill? Or maybe you're not allowed to have food in the car and you just bring along your Legos. On our vacation from Oklahoma to Grand Teton, we spotted the moose in the bristly sagebrush. Mom yelled, "Get in the car now!" And you sped away so Have you seen a wild animal in your car that you had to speed away from? Put your animal next to your car, and your car can take you far away. Then you took us to Yellowstone, where Old Faithful shot up to the sky right on schedule.
Look, I made an animal.
You brought us there and back, all in one piece. That's kind of a cute animal. I might park my car and pet that animal. You drove us to visit Aka in the Smoky Mountains with the Cherokee call Shakanagi before she got sick. You were close when she watched us at Sliding Rock. The water was so cold, it took our breath away. Dad had said, "The water is just fine." Ugh, he thought. That's so funny. Where has your car taken you? Did your car take you to somewhere you could swim this summer?
Yep.
You were there when we walked to Looking Glass Falls. That was the day Grandma last remembered things about Grandpa. We stood in the spot where they had their very first date. Aw. Has your car ever had a sad feeling with you before? You got us to Casey's baseball games and Abby's lacrosse tournaments and the Oklahoma State Fair. You got us to school. Does your car take you to soccer? You've taken us to the library, to friends' houses, and to the dog park with Max. You drove us to show Jenna off in Auntie Deidre's house where all the cousins gathered around to celebrate her birth with Indian tacos and strawberry cake. Has your car taken you to any birthday parties? You were a big part of our family, always waiting to take us to another adventure or drive us home. When your paint got dull or dirty, we washed and shined you up real nice. When you needed a tune-up or repair, Mom and Dad were there. When we got into a fender bender, you kept us safe and we took care of you, too. Do we have to take care of our car sometimes and take it to the car doctor? Sometimes, right?
Yep.
Today is hard because it's the day we say goodbye. We've loved having you, and you'll always be a part of us. But when families grow, sometimes they need bigger cars. Bye-bye, car. See, they just had a baby, and now they need a bigger car to fit their baby. We will never forget you, Bob. For the memories. Love always, Katie. Now, what's a memory you last had in your car? Did your car take you to school today? Does your car take you to music? Can you put one more memory in your car? You can put your music. You can put your soccer. Maybe you just
That's my soccer.
Oh. I love your car. All right, next, we are actually going to build our car from our drawing and from the book. So we read the book. We created a drawing. The drawing had our own personal touch, our own personal memories, and our own personal vision. And now we're going to talk about shape, and we're going to draw our car, and then we're literally going to put it on our foam pieces, which I'll show you in a moment, and we are going to cut them out and create a 3D car in which we put our memories inside of, and we bring to share and tell, and we also decorate how we want it to be, right? So one of the first shapes we often talk about when we look at our car, it kind of depends on what car they want it to be. Typically they say rectangle. And then again, it really depends, but sometimes we have this like half circle here. I think that was how our first one went. And so our first one is in, I've made this before. And then we have our foam, okay? And we take that shape, and we've talked about this before, how we fill the space. We take that shape and we put it here, okay? And then we cut that shape out, and then we put that shape on top of another foam as a stencil, and we cut it out again. So we have two pieces that look like this, that kind of make up the facade of the car, front and back. And then we will create connectors. And the connectors really get them to start to problem solve and see things in different ways. And we don't say that there's a right or a wrong. We just kind of watch them think about how they're going to get these two pieces to connect. And typically they have brilliant ideas, and we find multiple ways because that is the truth, that there is always more than one way. And I'll show you what ended up taking place because we've actually already made these. But one of the kiddos had a trunk in his story. And so he ended up making a little flap where he could stick all his memories in from the trunk. And then another kiddo just wanted the top to be open. And so we left it open here where he could stick all his memories inside of, and he liked the idea of the back being closed. One kiddo turned it into an animal because there was an animal from the story. So we all read the same story, but we all have different outcomes, which expresses our different life experiences and honors and respects the child's individual journey and vision. There we go. Shape number 1. Okay. And now you want your car to be all green?
Yeah.
Okay.
First thing first. This one.
First things first. Now we're going to trace this onto here. Hand over hand probably for this particular student. And then we'll cut it out. So we'll have 2 of these shapes. Okay, cut the first shape of your car out. Not bad, right?
Easy. It's hard to cut it up. It's actually easy
work.
for me.
And you could try all the way back on your scissors if you push the scissors even further up. Sometimes it cuts a little better all the way on the back. Smooth like butter. So we're cutting out the shapes of our cars, our front and back. Our front and back. Cutting out the shapes of our cars. Check that out. Okay. Oh, taking off that little last bit. Is you're gonna actually I was in your way, so you're gonna take this, you're gonna set it on top of your green foam, you're gonna trace it with a pencil.
What about me?
And then you're gonna cut it out again.
Wow.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Did you take a picture of that and send it to my mom?
Yes.
Can't really
Just like that, yeah. Nice and slow, and you don't have to push so hard with the pencil. You can lighten up on the pencil a bit.
This is easy. Car shape for tracing is easy.
Yes, sir. Our 2 pieces. We have our front piece and our back piece. And now, my loves, we have to figure out how we are going to put them together, just like a puzzle. And remember, we're keeping the top open so that you can put your special memories inside of it. Okay, so now we have our cars. And we're going to put them together just like, yeah, go ahead, match them up. And if you want, you can cut off the lines that don't match, but it's not necessary. How in the world we are going to put our puzzle piece of a car together? What are we going to do? Can you give me some ideas? Let's start by connecting them on the bottom.
Is it okay if I could use Alexander's pieces? Because I want to kind of make a truck with the back.
What shape do we use to connect the bottom?
A rectangle.
A rectangle. All right, let's get another piece, and we're going to create a rectangular shape, and we're going to start by connecting the bottom. Do it. So here's back part of the car. Here's the front part of the car. Here's our middle strip, and we're going to glue this piece to this piece, and we're going to glue this piece to this piece. But you want to half this so the bottom of your car is not so big, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we have our handy dandy glue gun. I'm going to go ahead and do this for you so you don't get hurt, okay?
I've used a glue gun before.
Okay, do you want to do it then?
But with the adult supervision.
We're going to glue here. Put this here. We're going to match it up. We're going to match it up with the back. We're going to put glue here. Oh, wait, we want this to be same. Okay, it's just like some puzzle pieces. And then we'll fold it up, okay? Okay, bring it all the way through. I made a little line to start you off so you could follow that line. Bring it all the way. Nice. All right. All right, let's check it out. So we have parts of our car, and now we just need the side so we can keep the top open, and then you guys can decorate it, okay?
I want it to be closed.
You want yours to be closed. Okay. So you don't want to put anything in yours. You could put everything on the outside if you wanted.
I want to make like a little flap right here.
Yeah. All right, so here is a finished car. This one is different than the other one, and then our memories will stick inside of it with this little flap. Gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, and here's another car. Looks a little different too. Okay, and this time we just have an opening we'll stick our memories inside of. And we can decorate these as time goes on. So we'll decorate these with more foam, talking about more different shapes. And we can decorate them with poofy balls or anything we'd like, even markers or paint. So now we decorate it. And I know I didn't show the whole process, but essentially just like we did the bottom, we did the top. And all the children's look very different because they're in correlation with the story that we read today and all their individual trips they took. So this particular child wanted the back open so we could put our mementos in it and our memories from it from when they took their car to the splash pad. And we are going to add wheels, and again the colors that they choose and how they decorate it is all going to be dependent on where their cars took them, what memories they had in their cars. So they're going to be very personalized. So I can show you an update on that. But this is essentially what we end up with. And then again, yeah, we personalize it based on the lesson and the book and their individual experiences. And then all the children's look different, but they'll bring back momentums. Like they'll take this home and they'll put memories in here. Obviously, they have to be small enough to fit in here and probably not fragile or too special. And then we have a share and tell. Here's a car, finished product of one of our students, and he's actually one of the youngest. And the idea is not to restrict their creativity, but to get a better idea of what they like and what they don't like for themselves, really. And for me as their teacher, of course, but it's important that they understand where their limits are and where they can expand, right? So this individual ended up kind of creating in the book, A Letter to Bob, there was an animal that the car had to speed away from. It was a moose. And so in their picture, they all drew an animal. And this particular one ended up recalling that animal and kind of wanting to turn their car into an animal. And so we went with it, right? And I think it's really neat that you can take something that was flat and turn it into something 3D that then resembles a car, but then even take that idea and make something kind of animalistic out of it, right? So very imaginative child. And we even tried some paint on it, and the paint is like coming off, so that was like a trial and error sort of thing. They learn a lot from this process, even with the paint, this type of paint not working on the foam as it should in terms of it coming off. These are all what we would call we don't say mistake, but it's we learned something. That's what we say. We learned something. Oh no, this one's coming off. Well, what does that mean? It means we're learning something. And so we take things and turn it into something else. We even take what might be deemed as a mistake or something that upsets us, and we make it a learning opportunity. So just shifts in perspectives and shifts in visuals. And that's how we work kind of at the creative level at the Micro Learning Academy. All right. Thanks, y'all. Please send me what you create. I can't wait to see it.